Hello, ladies and everyone out there. Look at what I got. A fan of the channel sent me a gift. It's one of those stacking tower herb strawberry plant planters. So we're going to plant it and we're going to put it up and I'm going to have a new tower. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, Andrea's Creation. Okay, so I'm going to layer it back to Eden style, except I'm not going to put paper on the bottom because the way this system works, it's got holes and they water each other going down, and I don't want the paper to clog and create any hindrance for drainage from one to the next. So we're just going to do just the wood chips. So I got a layer of wood chips down, and then I'm going to water this layer really well and get it nice and soaked before we go on to putting the dirt in. We'll be back. Okay, what I got in here is I took my black dirt and I mixed it with, as you can see, there's water at the bottom. A lot of water. I want it really wet and really moist. And then I'm just going to fill up the pot nice and full with dirt. I did use my hands on the last one, but I've got the camera, so I'm trying not to use my hands. But I'm going to have to. I'm just going to have to be one-handed. Okay. Fill this up. Nice and full. Because they're going to semi-create shade for each other. So we can have more dirt in here than we need top mulch. It's even and full all the way around. Now don't worry about the excess water. We'll talk about that here in a second. Then I don't need a super thick layer, just a thin layer, because like I said, they are going to help shade each other. Now I can't pick this up and move it one-handed, so I'll show you where it's going to go. Then I'm going to move it over to here. Trying not to get my van license plate. Alright. Over to here, right next to the grill. And like I said, we're not going to worry about the water because we're going to let it sit. This has only been sitting here for like 3 or 4 minutes. And it's already drained all that water out of it. It's really windy. Hang on. Okay. It's going to drain the water out of it, so I'm going to stack them all up, all the way up, and then I'm going to let them sit and drain for 48 hours so they drip drain all the way down and we get as much of the water out as possible, and then we'll plant. Alright, we'll be back when this is all piled up. And there it is. I'm going to let it sit. That's water that I spilt from out of the tray. I'm going to let it sit for 48 hours and drip and settle and get, you know, all worked in and good and all of that. Then I'm going to prepare to plant. And I'm not just planting herbs in here. I have got a plan, a weird plan. You'll see it. You'll see it. We'll all have fun together. So, thanks for coming along for planting this. And we'll see you in the next one when I suppose this isn't planting this. This is setup. Thanks for coming along for setup. I hope you learned something. I'm definitely very happy with this. This is a Mr. Stacky. I got it from Andrea's Creation. You can find them on Amazon. I will see if I can find a link and leave it down in the description below. I'm happy with it. Very happy with it. Starry Hilder has the big one. I want to eventually get the big one now that I have the little one. I'm very, very, very excited. So, we'll see you in the next one when we actually plant our seeds. And remember, stay positive. Bye, guys. Hello, guys. It's the same day. It's been about 45 minutes and a bunch of water has already drained out. But I want to plant a specific thing. I've already decided what's going inside each and everything. And beans need a lot of water to first sprout and grow. So I'm going to plant beans right away in this second one here. Just mixed variety. All the way around the thing. So there we are. I'll bring you back when I plant more. Okay, guys, I had an emergency transplant. It keeps raining here almost every night, and when it rains we get anywhere from 6 to 8. One night we got 9¼ inches. Oh my god, it's crazy. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other states having rain and flood going on. My heart goes out to all of you who are dealing with floods and dealing with danger and dealing with all of the craziness that's going on. I hope everybody is safe. But my one little fish tank that had my oregano in it, I just could not keep water out of it no matter how hard I tried. Could not keep it from staying super soaked and super wet because it's a small tank. So I had to do an emergency transplant this morning, and I was lucky. I was able to just pull the plug right out, and the plug fit right in my Mr. Stacky perfect. The more I have this Mr. Stacky and the more I do with it, the more I am happy. So now that the oregano got put in here, I'm going to change what I'm going to grow in here a little bit. And when I plant the rest of it, I will take you along for that. I've got plans to plant it tomorrow or the next day. But I couldn't bring you along for the oregano because it was an emergency surgery transplant. Alright, guys. Alright, hi guys. I hope the wind is not too bad. I went to the nursery. So let's get our Mr. Stacky planted. Now, these size plants wouldn't really fit well in the Mr. Stacky unless you put them at an angle. And that's not what I want. This Mr. Stacky would work perfect for planting young strawberries on when it's all stacked up. But the purposes that I want it for, I want to put my plant in the middle where there's the deepest spot, largest spot, because I plan on, oh, this stays nice and moist. What was I saying? I want to let this grow and get huge and puffy, and that won't work if I've got it stacked up. Now this Mr. Stacky, this size here, I think would work even better and more perfect for if I had baby herbs I was starting with, which would be kind of like my little basils that I have. But I don't want to stack it up and it's so late in the season, so I'm going to just plant the bigger plant and leave them flat. I've got the room for them to be left flat, so it's not a big deal for me. Alright. This is what I think is that cinnamon basil. This one wasn't labeled, so I can just guess at it, and I believe it's cinnamon basil because it smells smells very strongly of cinnamon. Alright. I'm going to plant the rest of these and bring you guys back. Alright, there they are, everyone. I've got what I think is that cinnamon basil, and then that Thai Siam basil, and then I have my parsley, I have oregano, and I have 3 out of 4 of my green beans growing. Alright, let's review this and talk about my thoughts and my opinions on the Mr. Stacky. Do I like it and do I recommend it? Oh, very much so. Very, very much so. I like the Mr. Stacky a lot. I have 5 little pots that I can grow my herbs in. I'm only using 4 at the moment for herbs because I'm trying to grow beans for my 100-day challenge, so I'm putting beans in everywhere I can. But for me, these little pots, I can bring them into my house this winter and set them on counters and keep all of these herbs and spices growing if I just care for them properly and take the time to invest in the plants. That is a big bonus for me with the Mr. Stacky. As far as the stacking ability goes, if you plant them when they're small enough and in their side right here and plant the plant all the way at the edge, I think they're great. They're also great if you stack strawberries in them right away at the beginning of the season when the strawberries are small and you've got it all stacked up immediately and they grow the whole time stacked up. These are wonderful. I think I would recommend them mostly for strawberries if you want it for stacking. And if you want it for what I'm doing, herbs, I actually highly recommend it. It gives you a spot to plant in the middle, and then you can water a little bit into each of the outsides so that it encourages the roots to grow this way towards the outshoots, so that you can be watering them here and you don't have to water them in the middle. And it'll also encourage, like I said, root growth, which will encourage the underground root ability of the plant to be healthier, which is always a positive for me. So yes, I very much say get yourself a Mr. Stacky. If you want to do the herbs and spices, I say go for the larger sizes. But if you want it for strawberries or herbs and spices that you start when they're small for an apartment balcony, this is a great size. Alright everyone, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below telling me what other kinds of videos and what other kinds of things you'd like to see from me. Alright everyone, and remember, stay positive. Bye!